Godinez, licensed professional counselor, also the host of We Need to Talk on every Sunday at noon, and then I post these things up to Patreon and Facebook and all that sort of good stuff when I think about it. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The views and opinions stated herein are mine and mine alone. They do not represent the ACA, the APA, or any other therapist for that matter. Boom! Shakalaka done. I'd like to thank my sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp. Do I have it up here? It fell down. BetterHelp. BetterHelp. Dear Lord, it's here. BetterHelp. There we go. There we go. BetterHelp.com/Chris Godinez. They're an online therapy company. They are international. There's 30,000 therapists working for them. They are master's level or PhD level, and they've been very helpful to the people who have been using them. So thank you, BetterHelp.com/Chris Godinez. Okay, my friend Shahida has written her next book, Breaking Trauma Bonds with Narcissists and Psychopaths. Get it, read it, live it, love it. It's great. She's awesome. I love all her books. If you have not read all of her books, you should. The Highly Sensitive Person's Guide to Dealing with Abusers, or Highly Sensitive Person's Guide. It's really good. I loved that one. I love this one. She's phenomenal. And I love her books, and I'm so happy for her, and I'm so proud of her. All right, so there that is. Okay, so today's question is intermittent explosive disorder part of narcissistic personality disorder? Yes, it can be. But it can also be a completely different other issue going on. Ooh, she says, choking to death. Hold, please, while I get some water. Oh, my God. Allergies. Okay, so intermittent explosive disorder is when somebody just flies off the handle for no apparent reason. You look at them the wrong way. You say the wrong thing. Or they're just in a crappy mood and they're looking for somebody to take it out on. Now, is that part of narcissistic personality disorder? It can be. It's a part of a lot of personality disorders, or it can be a part of, say, for example, malignant borderline, malignant narcissism, for sure. Part of the reason why is because the explosiveness is to try to relieve their anxiety and their issues inside of them, and they think that if they out at somebody else that it's going to make them feel better, and it never works that way. And they have to do it more and more often in order to be feeling good about themselves. So yes, it can be a part, but it can also be something else. It could be maybe there's, a hormonal issue going on for males and females. Maybe there is something else happening. Maybe there's a pituitary gland issue. Maybe there is a physical thing going on. So it depends on what the source of it is. If they are generally narcissistic, then yeah, it's probably a part of their routine. It's a part of who they are. Narcissists love anger. They do. It's the only emotion that they can express and that they understand. They get anger because anger is usually associated with violence. So yeah, and intimidation. And so they use that like a tool, like everything else. Everybody else is a tool to them. We have no more meaning than this pen. Once we run out of ink, they toss us. So they use their anger to intimidate. They use their anger to try to feel powerful. They use their anger to try to elevate themselves or make themselves feel better, etc., etc., etc. Is it exclusively narcissistic? No. There could be a physical issue that's causing the spike in emotions. So the emotional lability, so it's like they're all over the map. They're fine one second and the next second, they're like Tyrannosaurus Rex, so it depends. It depends on what's going on, but it is often found in narcissists for sure. And especially narcissists that have borderline personality disorder on top of narcissistic personality disorder. And yes, you can do that. It's called comorbidity. So you can have two personality disorders or more, going on at the same time. So generally intermittent explosive disorder is that they'll be fine one second, they'll blow up the next. No rhyme, no reason. What the hell, and it's just bizarre. It's just very, very bizarre. So I'll give you one example. So there was a coworker I had that could not stand the fact that I swear like a sailor. I do. I swear. I can't swear on YouTube, but if you ever met me in person, you'd know that the F word is my favorite word. So, she just couldn't stand it. And so she would scream at me for swearing. And I wasn't even talking to her. And she's not my boss. And I'm just like, who the frick do you think you are, biatch? You know what I'm saying? So finally, it got to the point where she did that about twice. And I went, okay. if she does this one more time, it's going to be gloves off and game on. So she did. And so I went straight to the owner and I said, you have two options. You either get her in control or I'm going to have her committed and it's going to be very public. Do you want that? So this person at the strong suggesting of management went and got evaluated, got on some meds, and has been apparently much nicer ever since. So a changed person is what I've been hearing. So there could be other things going on is what I'm trying to tell you. It may not just be personality or narcissistic personality disorder. There could be hormonal things going on. There could be brain issues going on. You just don't know. So regulation is affected by a lot of stuff. And if there's a physical issue, boy howdy, that needs to be evaluated and taken care of. If it's narcissistic personality disorder, there's usually an agenda. So narcissists use the intermittent explosive disorder as an excuse to terrorize, to rage, to hurt, to harm, to intimidate. That's what they want. They think that they're going to get one thing, you know, if they're, and I'm just like, try me. So it didn't work out too well, but I don't think it was because of narcissistic personality disorder. I think this person had something else, probably physical, going on that was causing the lability. So, and if it was narcissistic personality disorder, medicine wouldn't have changed it. Does that make sense? Because if somebody's doing a behavior and it's a behavior and it's not driven by something physical that can be adjusted or addressed with medication, if it's behavior, the behavior's not going to change. So, but if it's something that's being driven by a brain chemistry issue, for example, then yeah, the behavior will change. Does that make sense? So with narcissists, I think it's intentional, 100%. You know, it's like with my dad. He would walk in the house and we were always like, is this good dad or is this bad dad? Is this dad that's going to fly off the handle for no apparent reason or is he going to be calm? I don't know. You know, and it just depended on what suited his ego at that particular time. I mean, he would fly off the handle if you told him something that he didn't like, you know? Like if you disagreed with him or if you liked something he didn't like or if you, you know, I don't know, just anything. They look for reasons to be angry. Because like a dry drunk, anger releases endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrines, etc. They get high off of it. And most narcissists that I have had the displeasure of knowing are addicts of some sort. They're either addicted to sex, drugs, exercise, gambling, or anger. And that's how they get their high. That is their cocaña. That is how they feel good about themselves. So yeah, there's an agenda with the narcissist. There's not with somebody who's got a medical issue, you know, something's wrong in the brain chemistry, you know, that kind of thing. So can it be a part of narcissistic personality disorder? Yeah, absolutely, especially if they've got two co-occurring personality disorders going on and neither one of them are being addressed. So yeah, and to put a neat little bow on this, you don't have to put up with it. If somebody starts raging at you, you turn around and you walk out. You absolutely do not put up with it. There's no reason. I didn't put up with it from that coworker, and I'm sure as hell not going to put up with it from anybody else. Not my dad. He's dead now, but you know what I'm saying. Not my dad, not my family, not friends, not enemies, not anybody. You start screaming at me and I will either throat punch you or I will walk away, depending on what the situation is. So yeah, not going to put up with it. There is no reason for us, survivors of abuse, especially with toxic families, to ever put up with abuse. Ever. Not on this or any other planet. Absolutely not. If somebody starts intermittently, you know, explosive, get away from them. Get away from them. You did not break them. You cannot fix them. If they do not take the suggestion to go get it fixed, like that coworker, it was strongly suggested, and she did. But, you know, it's like, go get it fixed. You know, if they don't take that suggestion, if they don't go do what they need to do, then you are dealing with a narcissist and you need to get the hell away from them. They do not change. And they get worse with age. And they get more violent. So as they age, and we've talked about this, as they age and they've gotten away with stuff, they'll start pushing on the envelope. Absolutely. So that's why I absolutely will not tolerate disrespect. I will not tolerate abuse. I will not tolerate somebody screaming at me. I will not tolerate anybody raging at me. It's like, no, you can go do that on your own time. Bye. Don't need to deal with it. Bye. Unless they're attacking me like physically, in which case I will throat punch them. But anyway, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of abuse. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of my clients having to deal with it. I'm tired of watching it happen out in the world. I'm tired of people giving in to the intimidation. That's what they want. They want everybody scared. Do not be afraid of them. They're cowards. They're absolute cowards. Because generally, who do they rage against? Children. People they think have no power. And they often underestimate. You know, a lot of people that are abusers that underestimate their target a lot of times because they assume that somebody is, you know, a woman or somebody is old or somebody is young, that they're not going to fight back. Oh, I can guarantee you I will fight back. So, yeah, you stand up to them and you watch them backpedal. And that's exactly what happened with that coworker. As soon as I was like, nope, backpedal. So that's what you do. You just don't accept it and you don't put up with it. And if they do that and they don't take the suggestion to go get help, there's something wrong. This is not normal. Well, there's nothing wrong with me. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Not dealing with you. You get out of their life. You punt them out of your life. You do not need to put up with that. They're showing you who they are. People who are really, truly interested in growing and interested in being a good human being will go get help when somebody says, doll baby, there is something wrong. You need to go to a doctor. They'll go. And they'll work on themselves. But the ones who are narcissists will not. So, I hope that answered your question. If it didn't, let me know. This week we're talking about guilt. We're going to talk about how we just beat ourselves about the head and shoulders with guilt when we go no contact, when we stop putting up with their BS, when we, leave them, etc., etc., etc. So we're going to talk about how to deal with the guilt monster. So that'll be on Sunday at noon Pacific. Dear Lord, what time is it on the East Coast? 3 p.m. on the East Coast. So you guys go have a great week, and I will talk to you on Sunday. Bye.